What's up? By the end of this video, you're gonna know how to catch bees, a swarm of bees, in under 5 minutes. Stay tuned for the whole video to know the tips and tricks that I've learned through my few years of beekeeping, the mistakes I've made, and what I've made for changes. Watch to the very end for a nice recap. And again, enjoy the video, guys. Woo! Just doing some bee chores real quick. So in case people want to know about catching swarms, it's super easy. My wife was driving and she saw a swarm that was kind of low to the ground a few days ago. It's been raining for a few days. Now on day 3, have not moved, so we're gonna go save them. So I'm prepping my bee box. So here's my honey reserves and stuff from my fall inspection from last year. So I just pulled all the frames that didn't have much activity or had weird activity going on. Right? So this one you see they started to build out, but then they didn't fill anything. So I'm taking ones that had some resources. Now, if you don't, they never had resources, you can just use your blank frames. I would definitely get something that's got the strip on top. I tried the whole 3-inch strip, but then when they start building down, they would cross comb and get crazy. So I do about a half sheet now, and I'll checkerboard it with a full sheet if you have a brand new box. So I pulled those. I filled the Dr. Leo's frame catcher, and I'm gonna do my best to set up the camera so you guys see me catch them later. It's not gonna be a big deal, but basically, I'm gonna lift this up when I get there. I'm gonna take 2 or 3 of these frames out, and then with those 2 or 3 frames out, I'll shake the swarm into that side, make sure the queen's in there, and then I will gently place these back down. You see this style, the Layens frames hives will actually seal off the top, so you want to be careful not to squish them, and they'll start going in and out there, and then come nighttime, we'll end up snagging them. But it is raining, and it's day 3 for them, so they're about to run out of food or reserves. So yeah. All right, guys, and sorry for dreary day, dark morning outside, but I wanted to show you just before, because I know I'm going to get questions in the comments. What do you mean by checkerboarding resources in? And so this is a new hive. Seems a little smaller. So this is a frame I pulled last year that had honey on it, and they didn't have very much honey on the frame. This side's okay, but the other side wasn't. So I didn't want them to try to overwinter on this. And so there's some honey reserves. The bees will move this around as they choose. And so you see I've got, I'm not sure how you can see in there, but basically there's a frame like this. It's just got the wax foundation. Then there's a resource frame. All right. Then I'm gonna have a wax foundation frame. All right. And of course, this one is another resource frame, right? And I'm probably gonna pull 3 of these out. Of course, then there's gonna be another wax foundation frame. And this wax foundation, you can see this side they didn't really build out. This side they started to build out. So that's a lot of work and effort that a new swarm is not gonna have to go through to do that. If you happen to have them. If you don't, that's fine. You're just gonna get slower run-up production for them. And so without further ado, we'll get out there and do some filming. All right, I don't wanna count my chickens before they hatch, but this might be the easiest swarm I've ever caught because it's a small swarm. It's about cantaloupe size. I'm gonna set up the cameras, equipment, get this stuff ready here. Usually swarms are pretty docile. And the reason they're pretty docile, got some bees inspecting me right now. They're pretty docile is because they're conserving all the resources because they ate, they gorged themselves on resources, and they set out on a 75% likelihood of death, 25% likelihood of success. And so they're all conserving their resources in case they have to rebuild. So this should be nice. All right, so we have some confused bees in there. It's such a docile day. Look how chill they are. They've been super duper chill. Put you guys in there, they don't like that. You guys are super close to them. Anyways, we're just gonna slowly put these guys back in, all right? So there's the frame with the big frame with the resources. Set this guy in here very carefully. You don't want to squish the bees down below. You see if I push down now, we'll squish bees. We'll just kind of let them get out of the way. Some of the bees here have found the honey. They're excited, which is good. And we probably got the queen, very good chance. I'm gonna set this right here, all right? All right, we don't want them to have been squished. And I'll keep doing that until it is wrapped up. And then I'm just gonna set this guy nearby. So the rest of the bees that are kind of here and outside, they might smell this and go inside. All right, guys, again, that was probably one of the easiest catches ever. And so I'm not sure if you can see, I'll turn the camera around a little bit, but it's on the ground. Y'all probably can't tell from the video, but we're kind of on a very gradual hill right here. And so I tried to move it out. The bees were right there and it was almost touching the ground. And now they are inside and I put it nearby so they are finding out, hey guys, the home's over here now. And so all the bees, because it's within 3 feet, the bees should know to move in there eventually. So pretty close now. The bees that kind of got disturbed and flew away, they're coming back to where the hive, the branch used to be. And the bees inside, here I'm gonna zoom in. You can kind of tell that they're fanning. That one right there is by the entrance fanning its wings. All of them inside are fanning their pheromones. And that's why you see bees around the lid edge, because the pheromones are escaping at the top. Eventually they'll escape at the bottom, bees will find their way in, they'll fan at that spot, and the rest of those bees will probably join them because the queen's inside. And just like that, under 5 minutes, you can do it too. Minimal PPE. The only equipment you're gonna need is your bee suit. If you do this, now guys, if you watch my channel long enough, you know that I like to talk about money. So, I think I have $200 worth of total PPE, bee equipment, and that's only because I upgraded to this stuff. I think you can start out with like the $50 bundle on Amazon, you'll be fine. Links below to the description if you want to see those. But what I'm gonna say is, if you catch 2 swarms and keep them yourself or sell them locally, then you're gonna pay for all your bee equipment and probably most of your bee hives, right? Why do I say that? A swarm in my area that's wild caught goes for about $250. Let's say you sell at a discount, that's 200 bucks, and that's just what it is in my area. Very, very doable, super easy stuff. If you just catch 2, then you've made $400 or $500, and I catch maybe 8 or 9 swarms per year. Now it's the 3rd swarm in the season, 2nd one we caught. Super nice, and it's super low effort. It's fun. I keep a bee box in my pickup in the off chance that I'm out and about somewhere and I'm like, oh look, the swarm's on the tree right there. I'll go catch it. So it's easy. You guys can do it too. It is really, really easy. It's totally doable. I had no experience, 4 years ago, 3 years ago when I started, and here I am. So I have every confidence in you. Read up more. Don't be afraid. Go out there and try it. We'll see you next time. Boom, bam, ba, 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 bam, boom, bam, ba, 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 bam, boom, bam, ba, 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 bam, boom, ba, ba, da, da, bam, ba, ba.